Hey friends, my name is Jackson and welcome back to my channel, Gender Not Found. I am incredibly stressed out right now because not only is the landlord still not texted my mom back and we haven't dealt with that yet, but the fucking mice are like getting bolder and crazier and they are running like all the way out from under the stove and they're chewing on my garbage, trying to get into it because they're trying to get to like the leftover food that's in there, I guess. They also tipped over both my garbage and my recycling, so I had to deal with that. And then I had to like Lysol the area where the mice pooped because they pooped all along my floor since they're out now. So they pooped there, so I had to clean up a bunch of mouse poop, and then I had to do a couple passes with the mop and Lysol the entire area and like clean up the entire area and mop the entire area. And my mom's gonna come over tomorrow and we're gonna talk about getting an exterminator because I can't deal with this anymore and this mice problem is getting ridiculous. So I need to get rid of these fucking mice one way or the other. And I did find a humane exterminator that's in Newmarket that doesn't kill the mice. So I want to try and go with that guy. And I also was talking to my mom about looking at the lease because maybe this might be the kind of thing that the landlord will cover. But even if he does cover it, I want to try and get the humane person who's not going to kill the mice because I don't want them to fucking die. I just want them to go away and leave me alone forever. And they've been a problem pretty much ever since I moved in. So, and my mom and I have been putting out all kinds of, like, trying to repel them, and eventually we put out some poison traps. So the mice eat the poison, but they don't die right away, so it's not like the snap traps. So they eat the poison and then they die, like, later when they go back to their burrow. So, but, they're still here and they're still back. And especially since it's winter, it's become a real problem now. So, we need to, like, talk about it. So me and my mom need to talk about it. So I actually gave her I told her, um, the, I gave her the damn it. I told that to her and we're gonna talk about getting an exterminator when she comes over tomorrow. And my plan is to either tell her that she can, if the lease says the landlord can do it, then that's what we're gonna do. But if they can't do that, then I'm gonna ask her if she can ask Grandpa or Uncle Mike for some money to pay for an exterminator so we can get rid of the rats. So we can get rid of the mice because they can't keep coming here anymore and the poison traps aren't working. And like honestly, at this point, me and my mom have tried everything and they're pooping all over the place, and I'm constantly nervous that I'm gonna get sick or something because they're like all over the place, and I don't know where the hell they've been because I don't know where they go during the night. So like, if I touch the wrong thing, I'm worried I could get infected with whatever they're carrying. Mice, like wild mice, carry a lot of diseases. Just to be clear, pet mice don't carry the same diseases, and pet mice are extremely clean. I'm talking about wild mice, which are the kind that are breaking into my house and eating my food constantly and trying to now they're chewing on the garbage bags trying to get to the leftovers, so I have to start putting the garbage out into the hall. But tomorrow, me and my mom are going to discuss the situation and we're going to find out whether or not it's covered by the landlord, and then, I'm going to insist that we find another solution if we can't make that work, because I can't keep dealing with this, and I other than the fact that they carry a lot of diseases, it's just incredibly frustrating to have to clean up mouse poop constantly and deal with that and deal with all of that shit, literally. And it's just incredibly frustrating and concerning to say the least. And I I'm worried for me and my kids and my pets, and like I have a whole life here to protect and I have a family to protect. So I can't just have mice running around the apartment chewing on everything and this is so frustrating and I'm done with it. So um anyway, I wanted to this is going to be my 2023 year in review video, and I'm also going to be talking about my plans for 2024. So, hang on, let me just go to my channel so I can look it over and figure out like what I did during this year. Okay, so, okay. I'm just trying to figure out, like, what the first video I did was. Okay, that one was 6 months ago. There's all these videos that are from 1 year ago. Oh, here we go! Okay, so I did a New Year's Eve 2022 stream, and that was the video that was from, it was New Year's Eve of 2022, and then it went into 2023 as well. Hang on, let me see. So, yeah, this was streamed during 2023, 2022 December 31st. So that was the last day of New Year's, but I think it went a little into the New Year as well. So it went into 2023. And then there was this video. I have a surprise, which I don't remember what it was. Hang on. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, well, it was just me talking, and I don't remember what the surprise was. Oh, no, it's Artemis. That video. Okay, that video was about Artemis. That was when I bought my first tarantula. The next video was about my whole situation with COVID and stuff, and I may have mentioned some other stuff, but I don't remember. And then I was talking about, and then the next video was an update video where I talked about my schedule and Valentine's Day updates and stuff. Then I did a package opening, a couple of updates, and then I talked about my new pet who was George. Then I put a video of George on my channel. And then I did a video called Opening Packages and Discussing My Goals and Future. I'm gonna do another video like that soon where I'm discuss my future. Actually, this is like that. Actually, this is that. Another vlog, a video of my new tarantula, Curly Fry. When did this come out? Hang on. I have to find out the details. Because I don't remember when this came out. Oh, wait, is there a way to see? I don't think there's a way to see, like, what it was. Okay. I don't know what the date was, and as far as I can tell, there's no way to see, so. Oh, and the next one was the fiction reading for the Experiments of Twilight Sparkle, and that one came out May 13th, 2023. And I want to do more of that stuff too. Another vlog, and then there were a few reading videos, and then a video of Curly Fry playing with that ball, like I showed you, like I told you guys. An update video, or a vlog, or whatever you want to call it. And then I did a video about will I ever quit YouTube. A couple more reading videos, a vlog, another a very short creepypasta reading that was only like 7 minutes long. A comprehensive list of everything I want to buy once I have a job. And then I read episode 4 of Entitled Parents. And I have to mention because it seems as though I went straight from episode 10 to episode 12 of my Reddit videos. So I just wanted to bring that up quickly and explain that I made a Reddit video. The first Reddit video I ever made actually didn't have a number, but then the Reddit video after that, I started numbering my videos. So I started at number 1 when it really should have been the Reddit video number 2. So once I found that out, I just skipped a number but I actually didn't skip a number because my first Reddit video wasn't numbered because I forgot to number it, and I forgot that I already posted a Reddit video when I posted my first Reddit video. So there's that. More chapters of A Guardian Angel. Oh, and oh no, before that there was episode 5 of me reading Reddit where it's best of Reddit updates for the first time. A Guardian Angel and another vlog, and then there were a couple of chapters of A Guardian Angel. And then I did like a massive 12 chapter upload, chapter 79 to 90, so that was 12 chapters, which was an insane upload. It was like 6 hours long, and it was a lot of content. And then 5 months ago, I did another Best of Reddit updates video where I was reading Reddit. A few more chapters of A Guardian Angel, and then 2 more chapters of A Guardian Angel, chapter 94 and 95. Best of Reddit updates, episode 7, and then I did episode 8 of Reading Reddit, which was the P-Gate saga, which actually I think was 2 different stories from 2 different subreddits. One was really, really, really long, and then there was like a much shorter one at the end from a different subreddit that wasn't from Best of Reddit updates. But like the first one was insanely long, and I just put them both in the same video because they were both on the same subject. Pets Tier List Part 1, which I never did a Part 2 to, I was realizing. And then there was a short video of Sheldon nibbling me, which was the cutest thing ever. Which he was just, like, nibbling very cutely. Super Late Sims video, making families and building Sims houses, Sims 4 stream, and then I did the Kyle's Famous stream called Ruining Kyle's Life. And then a video about how I'm still sick, about my balance issues and stuff. Thank you for 40 subscribers, because at that point I'd just gotten 40 subscribers. And then I did a few little, like, vlog, or upload things, like, a few little posts. My channel has a problem, my plan to buy my snake, and the future of my channel, which was in 2023, but it was also only 2 months ago, so it was almost 2024 at the time. And then a very long video called 29 Things I've Learned in 29 Years. If you guys haven't checked out that video, I highly recommend it. And then I did episode 9 of Best of Reddit Updates. Uh, and then I did my episode 10 Reddit video, which was actually from r/confessions. Then there was another vlog updating you guys on my, like, balance issues, where I got a diagnosis and I was getting treatment and stuff. And then 4 weeks ago, I uploaded my top 12 fictional characters with autism. I want to see exactly when that came out. Hang on. December 3rd, 2023. Okay, so like 4 weeks ago. Yeah. And then 2 weeks ago, I did episode 13. Yeah, so I went right from episode 10 to episode 12, but I didn't skip an episode because the first Reddit video I ever put out just was not numbered. And then episode 13 of Best of Reddit Updates, which was like 4.5 hours long. Then I uploaded a Guardian Angel chapter 96, which was just like a random chapter that I found on my computer that hadn't been uploaded. And it was planning to be my last video of the year before I returned to YouTube, but then I did return, and that was 8 days ago. But then I officially returned to YouTube with a quick video called Snake Update and my official return to YouTube 3 days ago. So that was either December 30th or December 31st. Hang on. December 29th. Okay. I don't, yeah. And then that same day I uploaded, wait, which? Chapter 97 and 98 of A Guardian Angel, and then I uploaded a really important video about dealing with an emergency situation, which was just about everything that's going on right now, and specifically about one situation, the thing with the landlord. And if you guys want to know more, if you guys want to know more stuff, you can just go check out the video, because honestly, I don't really feel like getting into it right now. But and then the last video I uploaded previously was called Happy New Year quick video, and it was from 1 day ago. And then that's it, and I haven't uploaded anything since then. So this is going to be like my first upload that's an actual proper upload for the new year. So that's basically my year's overview. As for my life overview, it's been mostly about my mobility issues. Um, COVID is seems to be mostly over. I know it's still out there and people are still getting sick from it, but like everything seems to have gone back to normal for the most part. Like everyone's people aren't wearing masks anymore. There isn't separated seating. There are no more marks on the floor saying you must stand 6 feet back, even though I think that's good policy in general. I actually kind of miss a couple things about COVID. One is living with my mom, although I do love living on my own. But there are times when things get stressful, or like with this mouse situation where it's like there were no mice when I was living with my mom, so I wish I was still living there. That would be nice. But 90% of the time I enjoy living on my own, and I'm happy I don't live with my mom anymore. But then there's like that rare 10% of the time when things come up, so I didn't get a snake, obviously, yet. I did get the, 20-gallon tank, though, that it's gonna be living in, and if it turns out to be a female and I have to get a bigger tank, then I will, but I'm getting it as a baby, so it's not like I need to upgrade right away. So if I do have to upgrade, it'll take a year or two before the snake grows. Hang on. Um, I'm actually gonna look this up because I actually don't know. How fast do Kenyan sand boas grow? How fast do they grow? For females, roughly 75 to 100 grams at 1 year, 200 grams by 2 years, 300 to 400 grams by 3 years. They max out at 500 to 950 grams, depending on feeding and genetics. And people are like, and then the next post is Kenyan sand boas grow so slow. So once they reach adulthood at about 15 months to 2 years of age. Okay, so they grow pretty quick. I think they are at their full size at 2 to 3 years. So yeah, apparently, so yeah, I'm gonna have to wait. So if I do get a female and I need a bigger tank eventually, I'm not gonna need it for like a couple of years probably. Like, I'm not gonna need a bigger tank. It can live in the 20 gallon for now. And it was only $50. It was a used tank, so I wasn't gonna pass up an opportunity like that. That was pretty awesome. Also, my love seat kind of broke, so it's like caving in now. And this side of the couch is more pointed out. I don't really know how to describe it except that it's just more in and this the other side's more out, so it's like I don't know, but it's not like an emergency situation or anything. And of course there was the situation with my mobility issues. That's been ongoing. And actually I recently started progressing backwards because I don't know why, but basically it happened right after the physiotherapist gave me more exercises to do and told me to get rid of the original exercises that I was doing. So I started doing those, and then to- and then after like a couple of days, I told my mom, "Hey, I'm progressing backwards. We should talk about this." But she was just like, "No." So we didn't, and then I ended up telling her again a couple days later, I'm progressing backwards. We need to talk about this. And she didn't. So then we ended up not doing that again because I I don't know, I can't stand up to her for some reason and say no, we need to talk about this. Actually, that's one of my New Year's resolutions is to start standing up to her more and talking and being like, "No, we need to talk about this right now and we need to deal with this." And she just kept saying no because she thought I guess she thought I was being negative and this wasn't a real issue because she just kept saying be positive and that's not going to solve everything. And eventually she finally understood when I like made a whole thing about it, but I shouldn't have to make such a huge deal to be heard. So, and tomorrow we're going to the movies together, which I'm really excited about. I was able to convince her. I know, like, the movie that I'm going to isn't necessarily her first choice, but like, honestly, I can't go to the movies by myself because of how bad my mobility issues have gotten. And I started doing the original exercises again, and it doesn't seem to be doing anything. So my mom was gonna get me a sooner appointment with the physiotherapist, but she said, "Well, I made you an appointment with the physiotherapist, but we're gonna have to go to an earlier movie." So I said no to that, because the appointment's tomorrow. Because if we go through with the appointment, then it's tomorrow, and I can't do that because if we go to the movies and then to the physiotherapist, that's gonna completely defeat the purpose of going to the movies at all. Because the appointment with the physiotherapist is gonna be stressful, and the point of going to the movies is to de-stress. And anyway, it took a while, but I managed to convince her to go to the movies with me because I can't mobilize myself. Like I can't walk. My legs suck right now. So, like I I also stopped taking showers too because I can't do that now. I could do it for a while, but now I can't, and it's really frustrating. So that's been the main issue of this year, and now it looks like it's coming back. And honestly, I just don't think it's going to be fixed anytime soon, and it's going to continue impacting my life for I don't know how long. For I don't know how long. So it's extremely frustrating, and I don't understand why I'm progressing backwards. It should be getting better. The physiotherapist said it was getting better. but I guess I don't know. I'm going backwards now. So I still have an appointment with a physiotherapist next Wednesday, so we're gonna do that, and then I guess whatever. I don't really care. But me and my mom are going to the movies on Wednesday and then again on Saturday. So that's awesome. That's lucky. That's nice. And we're gonna talk about that when I see you tomorrow. So I'm really happy about that. But it is extremely frustrating to be dealing with this and to not know like if I'm gonna be okay the next day. Because even if I'm okay one day, am I still gonna be okay the next day? And now that I'm progressing backwards, it just seems hopeless. And then, of course, there was the issue with the landlord, and there was a leak in the shop, in the tattoo shop, which is apparently right under my apartment. So I had people coming in all the time, and there's a whole thing there. And my mom has texted the landlord, and my mom hasn't heard back from the landlord, and it's just incredibly frustrating. This whole situation is incredibly frustrating, and I don't know when I'm gonna get any answers. And it's just, I want it to be over, but it can't be over. And then there was that other thing that I was talking about. Oh yeah, my problems with the mice. That's a big issue. That's a huge issue that we need to deal with. And honestly, my mom and I have tried everything at this point. First, we tried repelling them. We bought this like noise thing that makes a noise at a frequency only mice can hear that they don't like that will supposedly repel them. We also read that we can put peppermint oil on some cotton balls and then put them like in the places where the mice are coming from. That didn't work. So my mom is constantly cleaning up mouse poop every time she comes over, and now and eventually we bought the poison traps, and my mom keeps refilling them with poison and like putting them out so the mice get stuck in there or like die, and then they don't get stuck. They like can run off back to their burrow, but then they die later in their burrow, so we don't have to deal with dead mice. But honestly, it's time to call an exterminator. This has been going on for almost 2 years now. At least, like, it's been going on for at least a year and a half. And, like, they carry so many diseases. It's just really concerning. Like, I'm honestly constantly worried I'm gonna get sick or that they're gonna eat, they're gonna touch or do something that I can't. Whatever, we need an exterminator, so hopefully the landlord will pay for that. Otherwise, I guess we're gonna get money from my uncle or my grandpa, and then we're gonna deal with it that way because I don't know what else to do at this point. Um, like, there's nothing else to do. We need an exterminator. We need to get rid of these fucking mice. Like, I need them to just be gone. It's not, no. Like, I don't really know how to do that either, so I guess I'm just gonna anyway, um I want to move on to talking about 2024. So as far as 2024 in general, my plans are to do more writing. I wanted to finish chapter 2 of The Girl in the Bunny Hat, and also there's a lot of other stuff like if my mom ever deals with those boxes and gets the boxes back from a friend's house, and then I can get my book, and then I can work on my book, the one that was already written that I wanted to edit and then give to the publisher, because I would like to do that. But by the by this point it doesn't look like it's going to be happening by the Christmas holidays, even though I literally asked her in October to get it done, and she said, "Oh, well, I'll have it done. I won't wait till the last minute and I'll do it before the Christmas holidays." And now the Christmas holidays are almost over, and we have other priorities because we have these emergency situations coming up, and I hate my life so much right now. And it's fucking bullshit anyway, and whatever, it's all sucks anyway. I'm seriously tired of my mom. But as far as 2024, my plan is for that, and I want to create a more loving and safe environment for my kids. I also want to not yell at my mom all the time and constantly use her as a dumping ground for all my problems. But honestly, that's going to take some work on her end too, to actually listen to the stuff I have to say and, talk about it with me. Like, for example, when I was telling her that I was regressing backwards and she didn't listen to me and she was just like, "Oh no, you just have to be positive." And then like I had to make a big deal about it to get her to listen because sometimes I have to make a big fucking stink about it before I actually get listened to, before she's actually like, "Oh, well, my kid is getting really upset about this, so obviously I can tell there's a problem." But I shouldn't have to get so upset about it for my mom to admit that there's for my mom to acknowledge that there's a problem and to talk about it. Like, I should just be able to say, "Hey, mom, I'm having this problem," and then we talk about it and we work it out instead of my mom just being like, there's no problem. You don't have to worry about it. It's whatever. It's so annoying. So that's gonna take some work on her end too, but you know what? That's on her. So my plan is to try and not yell at her and not be so mean to her, but like that's on her too. It's on both of them. But like that's on her too because sometimes that's the only way I can get her to listen. I don't like I don't know what to do anymore. Anyway, so and I want to get a snake, obviously. I was gonna say I want to get more pets, but I'm actually not buying any more pets because I don't think I should be putting any more critters in this house, and I don't think I can fit any more little creatures in this house. I have enough room for my snake, but that's about it. So I think I'm just gonna like deal with my snake and worry about that instead of like being like, "Oh, I want this little thing when I go to the Reptile Expo," because that's coming up in February and that's the one that my mom always takes me to. So we're going to that and like well I shouldn't say always take me to. She just took me last year, but we hadn't been to the expo before then, but that's the one that we always technically go to. So anyway, it's just like anyway, there's a reptile expo coming up in February, and I was originally planning to buy some little critters. Like, I was looking at getting more millipedes or maybe another tarantula. And while I would love to have another tarantula or something, or more millipedes, I would love to have like another pet. I honestly don't think that I should be buying any more creatures, both for because I just don't have a lot of space, and also for money reasons. But I ultimately think I should just focus on my big goal of getting a snake and stop buying like more little creatures off just randomly when I'm at an expo, seeing something I want and like buying it. Like I don't just see something I want and buy it without knowing how to take care of it. I make sure I know how to take care of it first. But like I'm just like I shouldn't be buying that stuff anymore either. And so I'm gonna focus on getting a snake and but I also want to focus on um my YouTube channel a lot and there's some stuff I want to do. And I want to get more into like long form content. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, and a lot of it is reviews for shows that I really love. For example, I posted a picture of my video project so you guys could guess what it was gonna be, and no one got it right. Well, Nathan was the only one who guessed technically, but he guessed a family, which yeah, it is a family, but that wasn't what I was looking for. It's The Fosters, which is the show that I really love. So that's a picture of The Fosters, which is they have a son, Brandon, from Steph's previous marriage when she was married to a man, and then now she's married to a woman. And they also have two kids. They also have these other two teenagers that they adopted, and then they have these two, well, this girl that they're fostering. So and I'm not gonna go into what happens because that I'm saving that for the actual review and I don't want to give away spoilers or anything. And like even in the first episode there's like this big huge twist and it's nuts and I love it. And I just totally fell in love with this show in like the very first episode. It's like when I watched Breaking Bad for the first time, like one episode in and I just could not turn it off and I just kept watching. And then I was like this would make an amazing show to share with my mom, and I did, and it was great, and we loved it. And now we're on to they have a spin-off, Good Trouble, where um the main the main two girls, which is one of the twins that Steph and Lena adopted, and then also the foster kid Callie going off to um it's like after college and they're going off to work together because they both have job offers in LA, so they decide to become roommates and they bring in a bunch of characters and it's like really awesome. And again, I don't want to go into it. There's literally so much good stuff in the show, and like every new episode it's like this insane thing that happens. It's like this huge drama and I love it so much. It's kind of like soap opera style, kind of, if I had to compare it to anything, I guess. I guess that's the closest thing I would say about it. Anyway, I fucking love The Fosters, and it's like 5 seasons, and every episode is like an hour long, so it's gonna be a pretty long review. That's why I'm making it my mid-year project, so it'll be out in July or August. And I know that July and August isn't exactly mid-year. Uh, it's like a little off from mid-year, but whatever. That's what I'm calling mid-year because technically it's summer vacation. That's always what I considered mid-year, and that's what's considered mid-year for school kids. So like that's just what I'm doing. Um, and my end of the year project is going to be like 9 seasons of a show and then a movie. And that show is My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. And I'm also going to be reviewing the movie. And I'm not going to be getting into the Equestria Girls because that's going to be another project of its, that's going to have to be in a project of its own because putting that in with the rest of the stuff, it's already insane. Like, it's already so, like 9 seasons and a movie is already so much fucking content, and I might also have to split it up like by each season because I just don't think that one, I don't know how long it's going to be, and you can't exactly upload videos that are longer than 24 hours to YouTube. And number two, I just don't think that my video editor can handle that much content. Like, if I'm editing together many, 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 many hours of content, I don't think my video editor can handle that. It's crashed like a few times just from me putting in too much content. Which I think was like 8 hours or something, so I shouldn't be putting in that much content, but it's like an insane amount of content. It's probably gonna be an insane amount of content because because my plan is to review like every single episode. So that's going to be a lot. Or at least that's what I'm going to be attempting to do. And like, not all my mid-year and end-year projects are going to be reviews. There's other stuff that I want to do too. And I'm going to also be doing other projects at the same time. Like, some of them are going to require scripts. Like, there are shorter projects that are going to require scripts. Like, I wanted to do the first season of that one show that I've been talking about for a while that's not getting a second season, but I wanted to like talk about, but I just want to review and talk about the first season because I think it's so great and it's unfortunate the way it ended and the way everything happened. And honestly, I wish it had kept going without the original creator because they did take the original creator off it, and that's kind of why it got that's kind of why it got killed. But God, it was so good, and I wish it had gone on without the original creator, or at least that they given it a try to go on without the original creator. Even if the second season had sucked, at least they would have given it a chance. And I wish it had had a real chance, but it didn't have a real chance because of who the creator is. And I think it's just so unfair, especially when there were so many innocent people that didn't do anything wrong that also worked on the show because shows take so many people to write and and when it's an animated show it takes a lot of people to like draw for it and stuff, direct, do all that stuff. There's like an insane amount of work that goes into shows, and it's not just one person, it's like so many people, and there are so many innocent people who like lost their jobs because of what happened, and it's disappointing, it really is. Like, I just wish that maybe they brought on another creator. Like, I know in Rick and Morty they changed the voices, and I haven't checked it out since they did, but I know in Rick and Morty, when Justin Roiland got into all that trouble, that they just changed the voice actors. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. I mean, I don't like the Justin Roiland stuff. Obviously, that's bad. I'm not saying that's not bad. I'm just saying, like, should they have just let the show go? Maybe, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really have an opinion on that. I am going to be discussing it though at some point and talking about like what I think of the original voice actors and also what I think of the show overall. And I still might do individual episode reviews from time to time. I know my original plan was to do individual episode reviews like you saw with stuff like Family Guy, and I'm still probably going to do that kind of stuff because there are specific episodes that I want to talk about without having to talk about the entire show, and especially when there are shows like Family Guy that are episodic that go one by one. So you don't have to watch every episode previously to know what's going on. Like, even I was talking to my mom about the whole My Little Pony situation and how, like, it was a couple weeks ago. We were at the Swiss Chalet. We were having dinner because we went to Swiss Chalet for like their chicken Christmas dinner or whatever. And like, I was talking to her about like how if you just drop into a random episode of My Little Pony, you might not know what's going on. Like, for example, if you watch the season 9 episode Daring Doubt, you're not going to know what's going on. You're not going to know the context behind a lot of this stuff. You really have to start with Read It and Weep to understand, and you have to watch, like, a, it's like a mini series inside the series, kind of, I guess, but you have to watch all the episodes with Daring Do and Rainbow Dash and that whole situation to understand what's actually going on. So, like, if you just, even though the episodes are technically episodic, but, you know, it's kind of serialized in a way also. Like, I actually prefer serialized shows, and I really enjoy shows like Star vs. The Forces of Evil, or Steven Universe, or Adventure Time, stuff that starts out episodic, but then later it, like, kind of all comes together and it's more serialized because if you watch season 1 of Adventure Time, it's vastly different from watching, I don't know, season 5 or season 6 of Adventure Time, where things are a lot more serialized. Because if you watch like season 1 of Adventure Time, it's probably going to be completely episodic, where and you don't need to understand the story, it's just this random cute little story contained within the episode. But then if you watch a much later season of Adventure Time, you need to understand the story before you get into it, and sometimes there's stories that's seasons long that's been going on, so you need to watch that too, and you need to like watch more to understand the story. That's why I need to review a lot of episodes. Like, I just that's why I want to do my long form content and deal with these shows but like you and deal with these shows like on an entire show basis or even just a season by season basis, because as I said, I'm gonna make My Little Pony Friendship is Magic like the main event for my end of year project, but then I'm also going to split it up into seasons. So like I'll probably upload season 1 one day, and then a couple of days later I'll upload season 2, my season 2 review, then a couple of days later I'll upload my season 3 review, stuff like that. And I just want to get into that. But I absolutely, I also absolutely love long form content. And so there's that too, and just, also same with the Fosters. I'm probably gonna have to split it up into season by season reviews, just because there's so much content of it, and I'm not gonna be able to talk about it all just in one video. So I can't just put my 5 seasons review into like one video because it's probably, I'm guessing, gonna be longer than my video editor can handle. So it's just gonna be a lot to talk about. And even just like talking about this now, I I'm not even sure if I can fit one season into one review. I might have to split it in half or something. Like, I might have, I don't know. It depends how long the review is. I might have to split it into multiple parts. Like, even when I'm talking about it season by season, I might have to split the season up into multiple parts. Like, part 1, part 2, part 3. I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to be. It just all depends. But, it's not like I'm going to be giving up doing my smaller projects either. Like I said, there's a lot of smaller projects I want to get to. I also want to finish a Guardian Angel this year, sooner rather than later. I might go off and record some chapters of a Guardian Angel after this, just because I'm so. Oh, no. We have to shut the water off for 2 hours and 30 minutes? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go refill my water and stuff, and then I'll be right back. So, okay, just hang on. Alright, I just went to the bathroom and refilled my water before, because he sent me a, text. My landlord sent me a text about 10 minutes ago saying they have to shut off the water for 2 hours and 30 minutes, so I just had to do all that quickly before, he shuts off the water for the day. Well, I say for the day, but last time he said he was shutting it off for 2 hours. It was actually shut off for more like 8 hours, so that was fun. Day without water. It's not like I can shower. I mean, it's not like I can shower even if I wanted to, so. I also sent him a text. asking if people have to come into my apartment because last time he shut off the water, he came with a plumber into my freaking apartment. So I have to know if anyone else is coming to my apartment today because that's going to determine the rest of my day. And I said I was going to go off and record a couple chapters of A Guardian Angel after this, but that won't be the case if someone else is coming to my apartment. So I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. And I'm gonna finish this video. Um, so I mentioned the long form content, I mentioned the reviews, I mentioned that I have a lot of other stuff I want to take care of. Like for example, it, uh, when I say my long form content isn't always gonna be reviews, I want to do some social commentary. Like a lot of YouTubers, I love listening to commentary about like stuff on YouTube or just social commentary in general. One an amazing social commentary. This guy doesn't do long form content. He does mostly like 10 to 15-minute videos, depending on the day. Sometimes they're more like 20 videos, but that rarely happens. But when he talks about stuff like Darman, his videos are usually longer. But like, his name is August the Duck, and he's really amazing. He's great. He does like these short videos, 10 to 20 minutes, but they're really good. He talks about like whatever subject he's talking about for the day. Like, there was this really weird video about this lady who kept saying stuff like, "You can't arrest me because I'm non-binary," which was super weird. And she was talking about how she has social anxiety, so and acting like she can't get arrested. So I just keep glancing at my phone. I know I have to look at the cam. I'm just trying to figure out if people have to come into my apartment or not. That's what I want to know. So I am looking to see if the message has been delivered and if he's read it or not. There are two little check marks beside my message, and if they're both blue, then that means he read the message, so I'm trying to find out. But anyway, I wanted to get into that too, but I do one of my okay, a YouTuber who does long form content, her videos are like hours long, and sometimes she does shorter videos depending on the topic. Like she'll do like she does 1 hour videos sometimes, 20-minute videos, 30-minute videos, but most of her videos are like several hours long at least. Like one of my favorite things that she's done a video on, which is actually one of the big topics that I wanted to talk about, is Ruby Frank and Jodi Hildebrandt, and I do want to talk about them, but the topic is going to be more broad than that. It's going to be like family vlogging in general because Ruby Frank and Jodi Hildebrandt, um, Ruby Frank was a family vlogger, but she would abuse her kids, and I really want to get into that and why family vlogging is usually bad. Like, there was this family vlog channel I used to watch called The Norris Nuts, and it didn't seem like they were abusing their kids at the time. Like, everything seemed perfectly fine. Everything seemed like it was going perfectly fine, but people are making videos about The Norris Nuts now saying they're the worst family channel ever, and they're exploiting their children and stuff like that. I haven't watched any of those videos yet, but just from looking at the thumbnails, I can tell what kind of videos they're going to be, and they edited it. But just from looking at the titles and just from looking at the titles and the 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 thumbnails and stuff, I can tell what kind of videos they're going to be, and I actually looked up drama about Norris Nuts because I specifically wanted to know if there was anything shady going on, and it turns out there is. And by the way, this was a couple years after I stopped supporting the Norris Nuts. Like, I only searched these videos up recently, but I stopped watching the Norris Nuts a couple of years ago after a bunch of stuff was coming out about, like, other family vlogging channels. One that was really fucked up that you might have heard of is Daddy of Five, where basically the dad's abusing his kids. Specifically, well, he's abusing all of his kids, but a lot of the time it's focused on this one particular kid, Cody, because the dad thinks he's so emotional and sensitive, and so he pranks the kid by being super mean to him and basically being abusive. And they did they got the big scandal coming out about them, and then they got their two kids taken away. And Ruby Frank has also had her children taken away, luckily, because she does not deserve to have kids. Like, have you ever heard the phrase, every child deserves a parent, but not every parent deserves a child? That totally applies to, like, a lot of people. There was also Micah Stouffer, who got a developmentally disabled child or a special needs child or whatever you want to call it. Sorry if I'm not if I'm using like incorrect language. Language is evolving so fast that sometimes I just can't keep up. But she adopted a special needs kid, and then a couple years later she rehomed the kid like he was a cat or something, even though he's a kid and probably grew a bond with her and he's developmentally disabled. She also did stuff like she put duct tape over his thumb because he kept sucking his thumb, so she duct taped it so that he wouldn't suck on it. And I know that's not like I I don't really know. Anyway, I want to talk about that kind of stuff. So I just kind of want to talk about family vloggers in general. So I'm gonna do that at some point, and it's gonna be a really long video. It's probably gonna have to be either a video project or an end of video project. And my video project and my end of video projects are gonna be like the biggest ones that I'm focusing on. Um, Although you never know, I might finish early, or I might just finish with a. Okay, he hasn't responded yet, and it's the check mark's not even blue. Did the message get delivered? Okay, I don't know. But I'm whatever. I'm gonna keep checking my phone and hopefully he doesn't just come up with some person because this is stressful. I don't know. God, my life is extremely anxious right now. Anyway, I also was hoping to get my writing channel up and running this year because it's it exists, but that's about it. It doesn't really have any videos on it. So I want to get that going this year. Um as well. And I'm also gonna do movie review Mondays, and I'm gonna do all the projects I was doing already, like reading Reddit videos or reading A Guardian Angel. I really want to finish that, and I want to be able to post more videos for you guys and more stories. I also want to post more like My Little Pony fan fiction. There are some creepy fan fictions that I really want to read. One is Rainbow Factory, which I was actually supposed to read back in July, but then a bunch of stuff happened, and so I didn't. And as you guys know, a lot of my bigger projects are being pushed back because of this, because of all my mobility issues, and now everything that's happening with the issue in my apartment and the landlord. Well, it's not in my apartment, but the landlord thinks it's in my apartment, so he has to keep coming up and checking with people. And now they might have to tear the floorboards out of the entire house. So I'm gonna have to move everything and then move everything back. And that's gonna be incredibly stressful because I don't want to have to move all my stuff. And then I just know if I move all my stuff and then have to move it back into the apartment, it's gonna take me forever to get it back the way I had it, and it's gonna take me forever to feel comfortable or whatever you want to call it. And it's so frustrating anyway. So I just like I don't want to have to deal with all of that. But I don't know. My mom said that maybe he only has to pull up the floorboards in the bathroom, and that's probably what he has to do. So I seriously doubt she's right about that, but I guess we'll find out. I don't know. I'm gonna go, and I'm not gonna record anything else until I get an answer from the landlord about what's going on. I think that's it for now. That's all I can think of anyway. But if you guys have any questions about like my content or whatever, then feel free. Like I'm here. I'm an open book, and I would love to answer any questions you guys have about my content going forward or anything from any other time or like anything basically. Okay, I love each and every one of you guys. Please don't forget to always be yourself. Um, you are valid. Don't forget to be good to yourself and to others, and I will see all you guys in the next video. Bye.